Who out there loves Swedish meatballs? I know I do. Who loves meatloaf? I do too. We made a Swedish meatloaf in the Instant Pot, believe it or not. It is really good. So, go ahead and watch us as we make one of the most delicious meatloaves and one of the most delicious gravies that you can possibly make. There you go, look at that meatloaf. Just barely fits in that Instant Pot. Bam! Done! Oh my gosh. Absolutely amazing. Well, that's me. I'm Instant Pot Dave. And together, we're going to go ahead and make one of the best meatloaves I've ever had. Swedish meatloaf. Holy moly. Where have you been all my life? So tender and delicious. Okay. I have a half an onion. I'm going to dice it up nice and small. And we have a couple of slices of Russian rye bread. It has that caraway seed in there. It gives it a perfect flavor to go along with our Swedish meatloaf. We're going to dump that into a bowl with a little over a quarter cup of cream or half and half. We're going to dump that in with our bread and let that bread soak it up real well. That bread's going to just make our meatloaf nice and soft and tender. And we have a couple of cloves of garlic that we're going to dice up real small. I'm going to add an egg to that bread after it's soaked up all that milk. That's going to be our binding agent. Go ahead and mix it up real well. A couple teaspoons of salt. We have some garlic powder and we have pepper. And we're also going to add a little baking powder to this. It's going to help keep the meat nice and soft. And here we have our onions and our garlic that we chopped up and diced up not too long ago. Mix it up real well. And we have our 1 1/4 pound of hamburger and ground pork. We'll mix this up, and this is where the baking powder helps to keep it from getting too hard as you mix it. We'll go ahead and oil aluminum foil and make our loaf. Pretty easy to do. And now we'll go ahead and oil up our Instant Pot. It makes it clean up a little bit easier if you do this. And we have a can of beef broth. We have some Worcester. And we have a little bit more garlic powder and some dehydrated onions. We'll load up our meatloaf into our trivet, slide that down into our Instant Pot. We will lid it, seal it, and pressure cook it for 25 minutes with a 15-minute natural release. I'll make sure that meatloaf is perfectly cooked all the way through. We'll take that meatloaf out and throw it on a plate. Let that sit while we make our gravy. Cancel our Instant Pot and hit saute. We're going to use flour for this. You can use cornstarch if you want. Make a slurry. I think cornstarch is easier, but hey, why not? Let's try to make a gravy with flour. I recommend a whisk. I ordered mine. It came the next day after making this video. Half cup cream or half and half, and we have a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and allspice. We'll mix that in real well. We don't want any clumps in there, but that is the Swiss magic right there. We have a heaping tablespoon of parsley. Let that boil and get nice and thick. Turn off our fire and we'll slice up our meatloaf. We're going ahead and plate up a slice and we'll add our sides. I have some roasted vegetables. Add plenty of that gravy. That is the magic that's going to make this Swedish meatloaf. And go ahead and put it on your vegetables too. We put it on everything the next couple of days. And now, watch this guy. Me, Instant Pot Dave, we're going to sit down and make ourselves a delicious dinner. Alright, you guys, let's dig in. Ooh, yeah, that is good. Alright, so if you guys are fans of the meatballs, the Swedish meatballs, this is way easier to do. You don't have to make a million meatballs. You just make a big old delicious meatloaf. Throw it in the Instant Pot and boom, you have yourselves an amazing dinner. You can pair it with anything. You can make it with noodles, you can make it with rice, but you can also do just with some roasted vegetables. Now you guys, we love you very much and we appreciate you guys watching our videos. Do us a huge favor, subscribe and hit the bell. And go ahead and we'll notify you whenever we give a new video out there for you. And I'll do my best to give you the best experience possible. If you want this recipe, we have it in a link in this video's description. It'll take you straight to that recipe on our website. You can write it down, print it, take a picture of it, just look at it, study it, whatever you want to do. Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys very much for following us. We love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wow!